Hello, guys. It's your girl, Georgette. Welcome to my channel. And are you new? Are you visiting for the first time? Oh, welcome. And at the end, not before, please smash the subscribe in and put your notifications on. I bring a video every day, and I do have some great content. And in the box below, I will tell you, you can leave a comment after you've heard what I'm going to talk about. So guys, today I'm just feel like lounging. I actually was working. I stayed in bed all day today, working. I took a break because I really do enjoy bringing content to you guys. I really do enjoy. And I didn't feel like getting out of my bed. I'm in the midst of working, but I said I have to uh, bring a video to you guys today. So guys, how y'all doing out there? It's the weekend, and I'm playing the Christmas carols, and I'm feeling jolly. So I hope you're feeling good as well. So guys, today I'm going to talk about how to move away from the past. You know, all of us, we tend to live in the past. And living in the past is living on autopilot. What is autopilot? You know, the brain really doesn't like to stretch and expand and to think. It really doesn't. Our brain likes to be comfortable. And anytime something new comes up that you have to do, you're like, oh, wow, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do that. I can't do that. But while we're living, we can always learn something new. I told that to someone the other day. So when you can recognize when you're living on autopilot is when you're doing the same thing, you are thinking the same thoughts, you are not stretching, and you are not growing. You can, and that's the thing, you have to detect in every area. And I'm going to tell you some of the ways that you can detect when you're living on autopilot. And I'm going to give a little example. It's like you have a neighbor, and this neighbor pissed you off last year. But every time you see that neighbor drive in, or you see that neighbor walking her dog, you're like, I can't stand her. Oh my God. She cursed me out last year. Oh my gosh. That is where you're going in the past and remembering that neighbor did that to you last year. But that neighbor perhaps forgot, but you remember. And so every time you see that neighbor, you are remembering. So you're living in the past, and then guess what autopilot does to us? Autopilot keeps us on low vibration. Yes. When you're living in the past and everything you're remembering is in the past, you're actually living on a low frequency, low vibration. Yes, you are. And it's also another example I want to talk about is, you know, the first time you get a job, you feel so good going to this new job, and you are present and you're excited. And here it is, you go into this job, and you met your supervisor, you met your co-workers, you're excited about this job. Everything is new. Yeah? And then a week later, 2 weeks later, you know where you're parking your car. You know what you're going to have for lunch. You eat at the same place close by work every day. You start to then now live on autopilot. You don't need, the brain doesn't need to work anymore. You see, when you first got the job, you were present because you didn't even know the route to get to the job. Yeah. So it was fresh. So you were present. And then after a couple of weeks, you then know where you're going to park your car. Yeah, that's how, and that's how we start to live on autopilot and not be present. And then if the supervisor call you into a meeting and just get on you for something, guess what? You program that. And so every time you're in your office or in your cubicle or wherever you are, you see that supervisor pass, you remember, and because you've programmed that, and now you now know, you don't see that supervisor anymore in that light like you did on the first day. You now have a program about that supervisor. And so anytime, I'm going to tell you how to really detect it. Anytime, and this is just an illustration, that supervisor passes by, you then have to catch yourself and say, okay, what thoughts am I having? Just for that one meeting, the supervisor had to really get down on me because I did something that wasn't pleasing to her. And now that's the program I'm carrying around, and I'm living on this autopilot. And we do that in every area of our lives, you know. We do that. Grocery store, you go to the grocery store and the security wasn't nice to us. He was mean to us. And and that's the truth, because I know it happened to me. I'm like, he was so nasty to me the other day. And my gosh, we remember that, and we carry that around with us. But as I'm on this program called the Genie Script, what it does, it gets you to come back into the present. You have to come back into the present. And I'm going to leave that link below for you because it's an amazing program. And I'll tell you more about it. It gets you in the present where you have to come back. And that's where you want to be, guys. Detect when you're going in the past, whether it's a past lover, it's an ex-husband, it's the children hurt you or say something that was disrespectful, whether it's your mom, it's your dad. Detect when you are remembering what they said to you a week ago. Detect that. That's the only way, because the brain likes to be comfortable. And when the brain remembers, that's when you're living your life on autopilot. When you are living on autopilot, your vibration is low. You cannot manifest when you are living on autopilot. The cycle continues and it continues and it continues. And you're actually living in the past. And you think that you're living this life in the present. No. You are not. You are remembering everything, and it happens to all of us. I'm like, okay, I don't want to talk to my sister today because she's just going to talk about something, her and one of my other siblings, or her and mommy have an argument. But who said that today that's true? That mightn't be true for today. And I know that I am guilty of that. I have been in the past, not anymore. Now I've learned to live in the past. Sorry. I'll say that. Now I have learned to detect the past and to live in the future. No one is perfect, and the brain likes to go in the past. But you have to detect when you are going in autopilot. Yeah? And that is remembering the past. You now have to get yourself back in the present. If the phone rings and this was someone who irritated you last week, try not to go in the past. If you don't want to talk to them, then that's fine. Because I don't take a whole lot of calls these days. I really, really don't. I look at the phone. I put the phone down. I don't take a lot of calls, and I tell persons, I'm on a journey. But it's not because I'm going in the past. It's just a choice I'm making because of my journey. But you detect, if anytime the phone rings, and if this person is a person who likes to gossip or talk, if you don't want to take the call, then that's fine. But don't go in the past and say, oh, this person likes to gossip so much, because it may be for an emergency. It could be for something else. The brain loves being comfortable, and it doesn't like to think and to grow. And to manifest and to grow, you have to evolve. To evolve, you have to always bring yourself back to the present and not go in the past. Some women and men, they would say, I attract the same type of woman, or I attract the same type of man. You know why that is? The brain doesn't want to think. You like tall female. I know I like tall. I like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", with my heels, and I wear very, very high heels. I'm pretty tall. And so if you're short, oh my gosh, please don't call my number. Don't look me up if you are short. And that's a choice. But I have girlfriends and guy friends who say that they just always attract the same type of a woman or man. And that's because we go in the past. Who says a short gentleman would not treat me like the queen that I am? Who says that? I don't know. But I just have this thing about being attracted to a very, 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 very tall gentleman. And so, but we tend to live in the past, and so we attract the very same vibration, the same energy, and the same things, and that is why people stay stuck, because your energy is going to stay right here if you live on autopilot, and if you live in the past. Yeah. So the thing that I would say to you, how to move away from the past, is just to always be present. No one can always be present because the brain does like the memory of the past. But being present you don't get there overnight. These comes with rituals and habits. And say you have a conflict with someone, because all the time people just irritate the heck out of us. It happens. Say someone irritates you. How would you handle that? Say someone cut you off in traffic. Many times people come right in front of me. I don't have road rage though. I've never had road rage. I would just say, oh my gosh, where are you going? Oh. And I used to wish harm. I used to say, I may meet you down the road, wrap around the pole. I used to say that. I don't anymore. Because many times I see people speeding, and when you look, you see them in the pole. Yeah. And then I just had, after I started my journey, and before that, I said, oh, that's not nice to say, Georgette. But I don't have road rage, but I would just mumble to myself, I don't know where you're going. When I reach down the road, you may be in an accident down the road. So I had to cut that out. I don't have the road rage, but I had to cut out wishing harm, because saying those words is actually wishing harm, yeah? So when you're in conflict, or you're in traffic, or whatever it is, a long line. Nowadays we have lines to get in the mall, get in the stores. When you're in that situation, come back and be present and say, okay, why am I feeling this way? Okay, I'm going in the past. I'm getting upset because of this person cut me off. Okay, I'm getting upset. This person on the phone is using some language at me. I don't like it. And so be present, and then you can handle that situation in the present. To go back in the past is living on autopilot, and that is keeping your vibration low, and you will not manifest anything in your life living on autopilot and living in the past. So you be present always. Try to be present. When you're at the job, if the supervisor called you in to talk to you about something, then leave that alone. But we program that. That's a program we put there in the subconscious mind. And every time we see that supervisor pass, we're like, always has nothing good to say to me, always calling me in the office. And if the supervisor calls you and says, Georgette, I need to see you for a minute, guess what? On autopilot. We're on autopilot. The antennas went up. Instead of just say, hey, girlfriend, what's up? Or just be casual and cool about it. Yes, ma'am, I'll be there in a minute. We put the antennas up and we gone right back in the past, yeah? So I hope this was helpful for you guys to detect when you're going in the past, and just to understand, to come and to be present and say, okay, just to make that a new experience. Even though that person pissed you off the other day, they may have something good to say to you today. Yeah, so you can detect when you're going in the past. When you're going back and you're feeling, how I detect that I'm going in the past is how I'm feeling. I detect how I am feeling when I see someone and I know I'm going in the past. And then for me, what I do when I feel that feeling, I have mantras and I have affirmations. So I don't know what it takes for you when you feel as if you're going in the past. if you can just think of a joke or something, because you have to then raise your vibration. For me, I go into affirmations all through the day. Even in my car, if I'm thinking something, or I would go into affirmations, because affirmations are powerful. Mantras, they're powerful. So in order to raise your vibration, you gotta get on that frequency. And from autopilot, thinking in the past, to get here, it's all thoughts. It's in the mind. So you then have to think of something, but you have to be present. You have to be conscious in doing this. Yeah. So guys, if you got any value, I ask you now to please smash the subscribe, like, and share the video, please. Please share so others can hear. And YouTube will show the video to a lot of people if you share. If you like, leave a comment in the box. Can you detect when you're going in the past? Yes or no? You can answer that question below. And in the link below, you can go ahead and listen to this unique and unusual sound that will totally change the rest of your life. It's in the link below. It's your girl, Georgette. I'm sending you love and light. Check out the videos that are popping up that I'm leaving for you. Keep watching. Mwah. Bye-bye.